I gotta wait for that camera to start up. Come on, you got this. Yeah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the IGL podcast. Reaper is halfway through a swig of suspect green liquid. Is that cordial again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guy loves his fucking green cordial. Welcome to the
Dory.
Welcome to the IGL podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's a chill Tuesday night, and obviously there's nowhere better to be on a Tuesday night than right here in wherever you are watching this dumb shit. Boys, how's your day been? You had a good day?
Yeah, not too bad. Can't complain. Same old shit, different day, you know?
So that's how it goes.
Pretty much.
Should be right, boys. All right, let's get into
some long weekend.
100% Easter weekend. I hope you all enjoy your time with your family and your friends. But let's get into some fucking CDO action. Oh, we got Monday off. That means we can watch CDO. Oh, bless.
Maybe watch party.
We can't do that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, but we could do it on Cookie. All right, I'm down. All right, so let's have a recap of our pick'ems from last week. There were some big upsets. I'm not going to lie. We have definitely some teams that are on the incline from especially a couple of roster changes and a couple of teams on the decline. Cookie, I'll let you start, bro.
Okay, so I will share my screen to make it a bit easier. So I started off actually really well. I perfectly picked Legion Breach. It was a 3-1, 2 Legion. And then I expected Ravens to at least put up a little bit of fight, but there was more fight in a disabled baby. So Thieves 3-0'd Ravens. I got the winner, didn't get the score. I picked FaZe 3-0 Subliners. But yeah, fuck FaZe.
Yep.
Subliners came out. They played well. They clutched up in game 5. They played well. I picked Rocker over Mutineers. I thought Mutineers would at least get a map. I completely forgot the home series was on, to be fair. Otherwise, I probably would have picked a 3-0 for him. I picked Ultra over Breach. But Breach kind of came out and then did the opposite and actually did really well. Then played Ultra into the ground in the game 5. Rocker Grills, I perfectly picked that on double points as well, so I'll take that. That's a cheeky little 6-er. I picked Surge over Thieves, got the score up, but wrong team to win. I picked Surge Speed Ultra, didn't get the score right though. And I, for some reason, picked Ravens over Texas, which was incredibly stupid on my behalf.
Look, it was pretty late that night, let's be real.
Yeah, it was. I think I did them at about 12:30 on the Friday night.
Yeah,
Which is Thursday night for Americans. And then I picked FaZe 3-0 to beat Mutineers, which they 3-2'd them, which is a bit of a shock. And I did double points that one as well, so I got 4 on that one. So all up, I got a cheeky little 19.
All right. I'll go next because Reaper's the cheap league. I'm not going to fuck around.
Look at him. Look at the smoke. And then fucking goes before the scream. Oh, I haven't checked my pick'ems.
I haven't checked them.
I never checked them.
The smoke says otherwise.
My pick'ems, bro. All right, so I went Boston over Legion. I just assumed that Boston was going to come out with the fire after that major. Look, that's a bit of a surprise to me, but Standy came out and he was banging. He let TJ do whatever he wanted on the map. This is usually the point where I would call TJ out and tell him to 1v1 me for his spot on Paris Legion, but he fucking looked good this week. I am the biggest TJ hater.
As much as you hate to say it.
He was genuinely surprising. Yeah, it was surprising. When I seen him double positive, I literally was like thinking back, like, when was the last time I seen TJ double positive in something that wasn't Surge?
Probably would have been like Black Ops 4 optic against. If he did, it would have been probably against like a playing team.
Yeah, no. Probably the bad Australian teams. We got well, there was no way that the Royal Ravens are going to beat Thieves, even though Cookie. Did you pick this?
No, I picked Thieves. Okay,
alright, sure. I should have put a 3. I had a 3 on my head for this, but I must have put 3-1 down. I don't know why. maybe I just gave the Royal Ravens a bit too much gas this week. I did it over here too. I didn't think. I'm with you, Cookie. I've never seen New York beating FaZe, not in a million years, but this is the most random fucking league.
You're doing game 5 as well.
Yeah, it's the most random fucking league.
Yep.
This year has been so fucking random. So, shout out to the Subliners boys. They're looking good against FaZe. So maybe they've caught wind again. You know, they got that fire happening once again, which is good for them. You know.
Or we can only hope FaZe are on the downslide.
It's always fuck FaZe over in this podcast.
Hashtag.
Florida. Wait. I put Florida over Rocker. I forgot it was their home series as well, but I just didn't give Rocker any. I didn't think one change was going to be enough to fix them, but they're looking fucking good, man. Honestly, they're looking really good.
Fame slotted in wonderfully. He played really well.
Be honest, we thought that fucking from after Major 1, Rockers looked like dog shit.
Yeah.
So
Major 2, they had a good run, Major 2.
Well, sorry, after Major 2. All of Major 3 with everything, they looked absolute dog shit.
They did. And
Anyway.
I'd heard something about the home series like ages back, but there was nothing even popped up on my Twitter about it at all.
Yeah.
It didn't really
Right,
affect us,
last
so
week.
let's be real. It didn't really affect anyone that didn't
No.
get a ticket, so, well, we might get into that later, right?
Yeah.
I put Toronto over Breach here, and clearly the Breach decided to show up against Toronto and not Vegas, but such is life. That might say something about Toronto. I'm sure we can talk about it more later. We got I put Rocket to beat Gorillas 3-2. It won't end up in a 3-1. I don't know how they dropped Minnesota. I don't know how they dropped Florida in a 3-0, and then Rocket they'll let LAG get a map. So
Big Joe deceives.
yeah, Big Joe deceives. He was needing some help in that series.
Crying.
I picked this map perfectly. Cookie is a fanboy of Surge. Me and him actually sat down and watched this match together, bro. I seen a little tear come out of his eye. He won't admit it, but I seen a little tear just roll out of his eye.
I was very
the
quick to
Seattle
leave
map.
Discord after that.
Yeah, I've got stuff to do.
I mean, I didn't have stuff to do, but it got
He certainly didn't.
prioritized a lot more.
I did it,
earlier
yeah.
than expected.
It hurts watching your team lose, doesn't it, Cookie? It's hurt.
All I'm saying is I'm glad I woke up at 5 a.m. for this Monday's games.
Yeah. I'm glad I got to see that match with you and sit with you and watch Seattle absolutely get deconstructed by the Thieves. And then Seattle went on to fucking beat Toronto, bro. Like,
you perfectly picked that.
yeah, and I picked it perfectly. I don't know. I just had a feeling about that one. I thought they were going to lose this comeback with the fire. I guess I was right. Toronto's still a good team. The Tekken team's still to game 5s, regardless of the losses. So, Optic versus London Royal Ravens. I gave Ravens a map, bro. Optic was smoke shit. This was a fucking smoke show, bro. Honestly. Yeah. You'll see in the games. I've picked a couple games from the week to play during our chats later today. And we'll get into talking about it. I think at least one of these two teams probably. So, and obviously FaZe Mutineers. I thought FaZe was going to 3-0, hot 3-0. I thought what this game was. I thought this game was going to be. Like, I thought FaZe was going to walk up 3-0 out of there, bro. But Florida took them to game 5, and, you know,
yeah,
FaZe don't usually lose, though. So it's big up to Florida there, but it might have something to say about FaZe more than anything else. So I'll leave it there.
Easy. Well, as the champ for this week.
This week, yeah. By 3 points. No, by 1 point.
By 1 point.
Yeah.
By 3
Between the
points from
5 of us, there was 3 points.
Sorry,
I've just got on my second monitor, but I went with Legion beating the Breach. I went 3-2. They won 3-1. I just had a feeling that Legion would take it over Breach.
Yeah, Standy came out, bro. He came with the fire. The fire.
I also thought that Thieves. I gave too much gas for Royal Ravens as well. Put 3-1. They ended up getting 3-0'd. I thought it was a no thought that FaZe would have beat Subliners, but Subliners had the gas.
Yeah, nothing else to say there. They were just looking like they're on fire that game, bro. I don't know, man. Send them might be on their asses about it, bro.
I too forgot that it was a home series and it was on land.
Damn, am I the only one that picked Rocker to win both games?
I fucked up and put Mutineers over Rocker because I personally thought Rocket was dog shit. The big one that really threw me out of all of them was Ultra Breach. I thought Ultra would have had it over Breach. Yeah, I picked the next one perfectly. Got Minnesota over Gorillas.
On the double points.
I also think Gorillas are shit as well. And I thought if Minnesota could steamroll one team, it will either be Ravens or Gorillas. So I put 3-1 over them. I picked your team perfectly as well, Benny. 3-1 over Seattle Surge.
They're the goats. You couldn't pick any other way.
Yeah, well, I actually thought, you know what, Betty's been onto something. I think LA Thieves might be coming back, so I picked them for both games, and they both won.
I am the smartest man on this thing when it comes to Call of Duty. I did predict last year's eventual winners, you know, so at the start of the season I predicted that. I just want to let you all know.
Yeah, because you're a fanboy. Anyway,
At least I'm not a plastic.
alrighty. I also thought Ultra would have won against the Surge, but Surge bounced back real strong. I thought
Plastic
this
fan!
is where-
Plastic fan!
No, I put them on as winners. What the fuck are you talking about? I still
3-2?
thought Optic were going to
3-2?
beat. Yeah. If you look at previous games, it's always been close between Optic and Royal Ravens.
So you're going by the stats.
No, I'm just saying, I remember the
Okay.
last 5 games that we played against them, and it's all been tight games. What is the stats, by the way?
3-2, 3-2, 3-0, 3-1, 2-3. Lost to the Ravens.
You
At the
forget though that it was a
start
different team.
of last year.
I do get that. And then I went with what I thought was a no-brainer. A 3-0 over Mutineers, but Mutineers wanted to fucking show up after losing against Rocker. So, yeah. I'm on 21 points. Fuck you all. I'm beating you guys at the moment.
Oh,
Not overall. Not overall, Benny, so shut your fucking mouth. But this
Yeah.
week.
What was that, buddy? Sorry? No, here's
Just for this
something.
week. Just for this week.
Just want to let everybody
Let me
know
have the
that
gas.
I'm still in the lead. So.
Let me have some gas for 1 week, Ben.
I'll give it to you in COD. You can't have it in the pick'ems, okay?
Alright. That's what I've got for my ones. But yeah. Let's move on, huh?
Alright. Boston make a change. Big shock today. I think we all woke up to see that news today. Vivid is off the team, which is probably really the only change you can make on that team. Where do you guys think Vivid should go?
I'll throw Seattle out there. I reckon he would complement Pred very well. Because Vivid is less so of the route man and more of the Mac style play. But his pace, I think, suits Pred a bit more than what Mac does. Outside of that, Florida.
Oh, he's not going back to Florida.
No, I know. But I think the current Florida team, if they drop Havoc, which I know, it's a hard one on that one because Havoc's their S&D player while Cap is their pop-off potential. But I think Vivid and Cap would be a good combination. Again, because I know they'll... they went on Boston last year together, but I think they'd be a good combination anyway.
What about you, Benny? What do you think?
I think he goes back to challenges, bro. I don't think there's any team that needs him right now. It's rough to say. I don't like saying it, but such is life, in my opinion, mate. We're getting to the tail end of the year. I don't think there's any teams that are going to make many more changes, if any, at all. I think Rocker is going to be big to see what goes on. But I think most teams would rather dip into challenges on an unknown than take a risk on Reese Vivid.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same boat as you, Benny. I think he probably will end up going to challenges. There are teams that should be making changes, and he would fit the teams well, but I don't think they are going to make changes. I think people and all dig into challenges to hope they get the next best thing.
I don't think many teams will dip into challenges for at least this year because all the good subs are gone now that Cramp's been picked up.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. All the teams have been dipping into challenges to get the next best thing, to get that next pred, to get the next scrappy.
They'd rather work on an unknown than anything else. I just don't think there's going to be many more changes for the rest of the year. I think
No.
I think we're done, man. Like you're changing now. Like you've changed too late, buddy. You know, like what we've seen with London this week. Like sure, right? They're definitely worse than they were in the major. There's no doubt about it, right? But that's for right now. You know, they still have time to improve. If you pick up a new player at the end of this major, like your likelihood of winning it's no more Simpson or Beesies in challenges. There's no more. They're not there. Unless
I think if a team makes a change, it would be either a swap for a player in another team, or it would be like a team that's like borderline 8 that is maybe starting to get on the down slope sort of thing, and they're like, oh fuck it, last grasp effort, we might chuck someone in for maybe last major and a half or last major. That'd be like the only time. So like my example would be, say, Rocker now start going back down again. Now like they've got what the fuck is that spot? Sorry, I just saw the stream.
You gotta watch it sometimes.
You gotta go back a little bit. I gotta say that.
No
I did not. I've never seen that spot.
Welcome to the IGL podcast where we get distracted by the gameplay that's playing in the background.
Look at the spot though.
I mean, yes, I agree. That was hard.
But there won't be very many more changes. I don't think there's a possibility maybe 1 or 2, but that's it.
Oh yeah, that's a hard spot.
What
the? Yeah, see why I got distracted.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that. Yep.
All right, anyway, but yeah, no, not many more.
No. I don't see anything else for the rest of the year, unfortunately, bro. Reese might get a team on like maybe he is proven enough, and he's proven that he is a good player. So maybe there is a place in the league for him, but I just don't see it. Don't see it. I can't see a team where he
the only thing that will work to his advantage is he's an unrestricted.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, like you guys have said, I think that majority of the teams, I think, have come to the realization that they've made their bed and they're just gonna have to sleep in it now.
I'd focus on getting Reese for next year. Like, there's like this isn't saying Reese is a bad player in any stretch of the means. Like, he's a top tier player. He has been for quite a while. Like, he showed it in Cold War. He realized it last year. He was really good on Boston last year. It wasn't Boston last year.
He might not be the flashiest or the highest KD player, but at least once a map, he has a pop-off moment that will either get your team back into the game or get your team so far ahead in the game that there's no coming back.
And he's not like that player. Like I think he has the potential to be a pop-off kind of player, but he's that Hicksy. He's that guy you need on the team to get so everyone else can get the work done. I'm actually really surprised by. It's hard to talk about this because I'm surprised Boston dropped him. I feel like with a bit more work, this team could have been really good. And I think
in saying that, I think it's less about Vivid, more about who they've picked up.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Because Cramp has been absolutely fucking frying in challenges. Like, he's been making challenges players look like they're versing CDL players. The way he's been playing in challenges. So I think it's possibly less about Vivid and more about Cramp.
Yeah. Look, so let's move on. Who do you guys think looks the best so far this major after the first weekend? You know, I know Paris only had one match this weekend, but they looked a lot better with Standy. I think everyone got to see the improvements of the whole team. Just Standy being there over 2 really, and it's unfortunate, you know. It's unfortunate to see because I had to watch TJ do good, as we already talked about. But honestly, it is good to see all the Paris Legion firing. Yes, even TJ Halley. It's good to see him dropping numbers. It's good to see why he's in the league in the first place, man. So I hope that's not a one-off for them, but that's just the team I'd like to highlight this week. So
for me, I'm going to say Rocker. I know they versed 2 of the bottom teams and it was a home series, but even their map count last stage where they'd versed, I believe, 1 of the 2 teams they versed this week, maybe even both, and they went 0-5 in the stage's last major, and then went straight down in the major itself. They looked quite good up against Florida. They 3-0'd them. They looked pretty confident in a lot of the stuff they did, and Fame's really kind of he's come in and he looks like he belongs there. Like he doesn't look like he's played his first games of CDL now. It looks like he's been playing since the start of the year. Like he looks as comfortable as a lot of the other rookies that have been on the team for the entire season. And he's slotted into the Rocket team very, very well. He's allowing a lot of the other guys on the Rocket to kind of do more what they want to do, which was what Attach was doing generally, but also didn't seem to kind of work in cohesive as they are now. But they definitely look good. It'll be interesting to see how they verse some of the more top teams. How they go against those. I think the only reason the LAG game was any close as it was with him was just wholly and solely on Joe DeCeve's shoulders.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for him, they would have 3-0'd Smoke showed him.
100%. Yeah, the Ravens match.
That's it.
All right,
So-
Reaper, what are your thoughts, man?
I think I'm on the same boat as you, Benny. I think Standy has come into that Legion team firing.
Yep.
And I think that their hopes for that 8th place is going to stay strong. And
Yep.
they have actually got the fire in them to get to that 8th place.
Mm.
And I think they've just turned their season around by
Agreed.
getting Standy.
Yeah,
I think
really
Standy
agree.
is a great a great player for that team. He listens really. From what I can understand, he listens really well to Clay and Temp. So his ego's not as big as what it was playing with Scraps and all the Scrappy and all them. So hopefully, I will love to see LA, Las Vegas in the champs. I've always said it.
I'd love to see LA in the champs too, bro. I mean Las Vegas.
LA, I wouldn't give a fuck.
When you look at the 7th, 8th, 9th, so the bottom 2 teams to go to champs, and then the one that misses out, there's 40 points between 7th to 9th. 7th is Surge, 8th is Rocket, 9 is Legion. They're all slowly on the uptake.
Yeah.
Should be a very, very interesting next couple of stages.
Yeah, no, this is honestly going to be a really interesting major. Like, I wouldn't want to see all these teams come to champs. You know what I mean? Like, for the teams that I follow's sake, and probably for these more top teams, because they're definitely all on the uptick, and we'll see how it progresses over the major and then the rest of the year going into champs. So, champs is really the only one that matters at the end of the day. So. What about the opposite side? What teams have been falling off for you guys? Actually, Ripper, I'll start with you, man. What team has fallen off for you?
In my personal opinion, I think I had high hopes for Yuli at Ravens. I really did. I thought he was going to come in and change the team a little bit. They look worse.
Yeah, they look worse. Yeah.
Mate, I watched the hard point against Optic. They didn't even know which way Optic were coming from. They weren't even watching where their team was spawning. They were looking the wrong way half the time where they were getting picked off the points.
Mm.
That's low amateur.
Yeah.
Like, there's
That's
no.
shit we
I don't
do.
know. If
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's
I
what we
don't-
fucking do.
I don't know if it's. I know we have this problem, but I don't know if it's for them as well. A communication problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if the team's gelling. I
It's
don't
their
know.
first. It
what
is their first week. It is their first week, but
I know
It is. I
know
think
it's-
it's they've lost a bit of leadership. Paul X was a
know.
very big leader in the team. Like whenever there was voice comms, you'd always hear him.
I know it's the first week, but as a GM for that team, you've got to be fucking sitting down with the team ASAP and going, what the
Mate,
fuck is going on?
if they have a GM, he should have been fired pre-major 2
Yeah.
with
But-
last year and this
Look,
year.
I think
But-
I think it would never happen, but I think the flank said it perfectly. Tommy said, you just bomb the team and fucking start again.
yet another team though with struggling leadership at the current time. Not actual team.
But they have the potential to be.
Organization.
Yeah,
as well,
organization leadership, man. Like LAG, they're just struggling at the moment.
For me though, their ceiling's actually quite high. I reckon they have the ability to be a great team. I just don't know what the fuck's going wrong.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. It's a really good point. I'll leave the other team to you if you want to talk about it, because I'm really disappointed
I think there's still two teams to talk about.
So I want to talk about the purple one. Toronto, man, actually
Yeah.
perfect time for a pub on the screen, man. They disappointed me this week, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think we gave them a
They
lot
had-
of gas.
Two tough matches, to be fair.
Yep.
They weren't easy matches. They played Boston. They lost in game 5. Played Surge. Also lost in game 5.
Easy to say.
it's a wake-up call.
Yeah, it's a wake-up call, but it's easy to say they had tough matches. But Boston just lost to Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Toronto just lost to Boston,
Legion.
you know? Yeah, to Legion, and then they lost to Boston. Like, Legion isn't, I wouldn't say that good of a team. Yes, they're on an uptick, but they're still fucking 9th in the league, man. Standy isn't that big of a change. You can't tell me that much. Like, does it prove that Toronto is not as good as we thought it was, or does it prove that Legion is better than we thought? But then we look at Boston, right? Like, are they worse? Are they really that worse? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and I don't think so. I think they performed the same as they were before. So is Toronto slipping, or is
sorry
is
to
it?
cut you off, Benny, but I don't think Toronto are slipping. I think Toronto got to their head. I
Okay.
think winning a chip, as two of them are very new to the scene. You've got Hicksy, and you've got Scrappy that are very new to the scene. I think it's gotten to the head. It's even come out and said that Scrappy hasn't been taking S&D serious at the moment. He's
Oh,
just
no.
fucking-
That was when Standy was in the
No,
team.
there's more rumors of him not taking it seriously after Stanley left the team. Cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
after Standy left the team. I've
Oh.
been reading up on it. He's been taking the sort of the piss a little bit, but that's in Aussie terms, taking the piss. But
he's taking the piss.
I think I think
Anybody
they
that doesn't understand it, it means
Not taking
know,
it
actually,
seriously.
yeah. I realized after I said it, like, actually, I don't know how to explain it.
It's not taking it seriously.
Yeah,
I honestly think that there are still a absolutely dominant team. I just think that they've won a chip that I think they expected to, and I think they expected to. You know what? We can walk through everyone because they were playing so well. So I think have taken their foot off the gas a little bit, and they shocked that actually teams can play fucking COD.
Yeah. Do you think they bounce back next week?
I think they will if they
they're
fucking.
verse.
Yeah, for one, I don't know who they're versing, so it could
Oh,
potentially
okay.
go.
Toronto's versing FaZe and Mutineers. So look, they're guaranteed to win one of those two games.
I know.
Definitely
I
beat FaZe.
That's
I
a
think-
shit fucking set. That's a shit setup to be in though. They've already lost 2 games, and they have to verse FaZe, and who they verse in the last.
Yeah, and
They got to verse a hot fucking Vegas, man. A hot Vegas, right? And obviously the rivalry's there, but I
And-
think Standy wants it
yeah.
more than Scrappy right now, bro. Standy's got
I
way
don't
more
think
to prove.
Scrappy cares.
100%.
If they go 1-4
yeah.
this major, there's definitely got to be questions asked. I'm sorry.
My opinion on Toronto is a little bit different. I think the situation at the Optic Major suited the style of Toronto. I think they remind me very much of Axe's Envious way back in the day, where when they're the underdogs and hated by the crowd is when they really excel. And in that final against Optic, they were like, it just kind of suits their mentality more than anything. And I think it revved them up and energized them. I don't necessarily think they're the number one team in the game, but I think that situation just kind of helped. And I do think they're more of a LAN team because they've got less to lose. So I think there's less pressure on them at LAN because they've got 2 rookies. Obviously, now there will be a bit more pressure on it, so I don't think they'll replicate Optic, the Texas major. I don't think they'll replicate it at all. But as a major, everything kind of lined up for them at the Texas major, and I think that's what really helped them over the line. But I don't necessarily think this week will have too much impact on them. I think it was Reap, you said it, kind of snap them out of it a little bit.
You're going to beat FaZe?
I do. Because we'll talk about FaZe in a sec. I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll go 2-0 this week, and they'll bounce back at least to a competitive level.
Yep.
And yeah, but speaking of FaZe, they're my team that's disappointed me. Even though, as happy as I am to say that they've disappointed me, They're probably one of the bigger disappointments as well. They lost to New York, Game 5. Bit of a shock on that one. No one really expected them to lose the Game 5. Little search in general, really. And then they almost lost to Florida.
See, my question is, you can say FaZe slid this, that, and the third, right? I know I honestly like the fact we wear our biases. You know where we fucking stand, right? We wear our biases pride. We're not going to talk about these teams differently, right? We wear our biases pride.
FaZe in a high regard in their skill level.
Oh,
But
100%.
you can say all you want, man. They took both games to a Game 5. They lost one, they won one, bro. So, like, yes, one was against Florida Mutineers. Everyone has a fucking off day, man. I'm telling you, New York is such a hot and cold team. We've said it many times, right? They can win at any time, any day.
It's just say the same thing about Toronto's games.
No, but we've also said that about Florida Mutineers. They're the one team that is that random team that will turn up.
Yeah.
I personally think, right, that people are just watching FaZe's gameplay. They need to start switching it up.
Yeah.
I think people are paying
they
attention
do
to the same reason we hold FaZe in such a high regard. All the other teams do too. All the other commentators do too. We all know what comes with that. That FaZe, Atlanta FaZe, is a prestigious team at this point in the league. Right? It's a prestigious team. The things that, like, since Scrappy and Abizi have been on a team together, they're two of the most. My Scrap. Did I say Scrappy? It's not my day, bro. Since Simp and Abizi have been on the same team together, bro, they are two of the most dynamic duo we have ever seen in competitive Call of Duty ever, right? And we fucking loathe them for it. But at the same time, who else to pay attention to but the Atlanta FaZe?
Yeah, 100%. And like, as I say, like, we loathe them, we despise FaZe and all that, but fuck, we still respect the shit out of them.
Yeah.
You can't.
I just don't think they're at the level. They've been slowly slipping. When you look at Major 3 and even Stage 3, they went, I think it was 3-2 in the stage. They only, granted, it was very close to being a 3-0 smoke show against Seattle, but then Seattle almost reverse swept them outside of a hip-fired cheese from the Vaz. And then they lost to Optic in top 4. And then top 4, top 3.
I think you're 100% on the ball, both of you guys, by them watching gameplay, because the proof is in the pudding. You watched Florida beat them at Embassy, search and destroy. Embassy, apparently, Optic are untouchable, and they shut down Abizi in the Embassy, and they win the fucking game.
Yeah, and Florida stopped their win streak on Fortress Search as well. They were 9-0 prior to them versing Florida.
Yeah, I honestly don't think this FaZe team's on a downslide. I just think this is we're surprised by, because this, in my opinion, is the worst roster FaZe has put together, and that doesn't mean they couldn't win champs. That does not mean they couldn't win champs. Doesn't mean they couldn't win any major. Doesn't mean they can't win any game. It's just, this is simply, of all the rosters they have put together so far, this is the worst one. It's worse. It's way worse than the Cold War one. It's worse than the Modern Warfare one. It's certainly worse than the Vanguard one. I mean, it's certainly worse than the Cold War one. It's like, look, they had their issues in Vanguard. We got second place, like, almost every major.
No, it's with them despising the game as well.
Exactly.
And they've got a tough run to the finish as well. Like, they play Toronto, who will be looking to bounce back. I honestly think Toronto will beat them. Then they play Rocker, who we don't really know the level of Rocker currently.
This will be the test
for him. That would definitely be the test for him. And then the last week of the stage, they play Surge, and God knows what Surge is going to show up. So, like, they could end up going. Like, there's a very big possibility they end up going 1-4,
or 2-3. 2-3, I reckon. I could say that. But at the same time, right? We say that, right?
Lows.
But they could be 4-1. They could be 4-1. You know?
That exactly right. 100%. They could be 4-1 or 1-4.
This is why. This is the thing, man. Tryout games are so much fucking better. I just have to stop, bro. We wouldn't have this fucking conversation in a tryout game. We would not have this conversation.
I don't hate the conversation, though. Like, it's not so much that it's random. I think that just the competitiveness of the league is very, very close.
So you think that the teams are more competitive than ever? Yes. Over the game is fucking random.
If you look at the top 6 teams, I'd put 7 in. I'd say top 7 because that includes Surge, who can beat anybody on any day. Those top 7 teams can, on any day, beat each other.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
I just don't look. I think we've always had this despair. I think every COD has always had this disparate, like where there's top teams and there's bottom teams, right? I think
Yeah.
that's always happened. There's been a diversion of team skills, right? Like these teams can definitely win all the time. These teams have to improve to win, right? And I think that's happened in every single fucking game. But then you look at Cold War, right? FaZe is so dominant because that game is so like predictable, readable, and playable. It's not perfectly balanced, but the game was balanced enough where two teams are dominant all year because those two teams played a game that wasn't just absolutely bizarre. I will fucking die on this hill. I think this game is the most random shit I've ever fucking played. It is so hard to play this game consistently. I think for any team, I think for any fucking team, this is the hardest game to be consistent in of all time. Harder than Vanguard.
Ben, look at the link I put in our notes at the end.
Yeah, right. Do we want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Somebody
Look at
else Somebody else can start the next topic.
Link, yeah.
Alright, I'll let you guys off. Alright, so Envoy made a good tweet this week.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, he I didn't link it, but he said something along the lines of, why don't we all do like the Black Ops 4 season, play every game on LAN in Texas at the Arlington Esports Center? What do you guys think about that? Like, do you think online matches are bullshit and we should be playing on LAN?
Yes.
I think
100%. If Rocket can do their homestand without a lot of CDL help, they basically did it themselves because it wasn't CDL organized, then why can't they just have something set up? I believe the Rocker home series was in... Fuck, I had it before. I'd written it down. Yeah, it started with an M. I can't remember.
Mikado?
What?
Well, sorry, what was the question again?
Madison. That's where it was.
Oh yeah, Madison.
It was in Madison, Wisconsin, I think WA is. I don't know states in America too well. Well, obviously, if I saw WA, I'd say it is Wisconsin.
Oh,
Okay.
well, let's start there.
Let's start
Let's stay there. Like, do you think do you think Rocket have an unfair advantage because of their home major?
Yes.
Reaper?
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
I think having 1,000 people of your fans screaming out your name and bringing the atmosphere to your team, especially with a new player that wants to prove himself for his fans.
Also, just before you go ahead anymore, there's no fucking way they had 1,000 fans there.
He said less. He said less than 1,000 fans.
No. They said that they sold 1,000 tickets each for both games.
Yeah, I can fucking guarantee you the organization bought 800 of them and didn't sell them.
No, but that was with the GM of Rocker.
Yeah,
inflated then, sure.
Yeah, well, what he said was they sold 1,000 tickets.
Yeah,
each.
regardless, they sold 1,000 tickets.
I honestly think that for
because they didn't look like that.
Las Vegas,
they didn't look like there was 1,000 people in the crowd.
Like a slap in the face. If it's that close,
for the teams around them in the standings, like they're 10 points now behind Surge, they're 30 points now in front of Legion. It's a slap in the face. It's an unfair advantage.
100%.
They may as well have been on Adderall.
Yeah,
with the kick they get from the crowd.
Look, man, I don't factor that shit in that much, man. I think it's a bit overblown. I think Rocket just really showed up. In my opinion, I think they stepped up to levels that we've seen in Major 2. I think the crowd is important, right? And I think obviously it's going to be helpful in some way, shape, or form. But I just think generally, we'll see next week, obviously, right? But I think Rocco has really stepped up this week. I think we can't even just hold it all to the crowd.
So they've also got another home series.
Yep.
May the 6th, which I think is the next major, against
Seattle?
Ravens and Breach.
Yep.
That is at St. Paul in Minnesota.
See, I think that is bullshit.
So that's 4 games.
That's 4 LAN games.
In the last 10. So that's 40% of their last 2 stages, where they get land advantage.
Yeah, but that for me. I think that is, especially when it's getting this close in the season.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair for the teams around them to do LAN games because LAN
Yeah.
you can play. Some people are LAN players and some players are online teams. We've
And
seen
you
it all
look
the
at
time.
the Minnesota team; they've got some of the most experienced people in their team in the league. In the
Exactly.
league, in the team. That where they would more than likely get more of a buzz and a kick because they'd be used to it. They've played from like CWL way back in the day where it was just LAN.
Exactly.
So they are probably so much more accustomed and used to the LAN stuff rather than the online games.
And also to be fair,
and the other thing is, it probably actually even helped Fame a little bit too. He was able to get
100%.
out, get used to the organization, get like the feel of the fans are really enjoying me. We've gone 0-5 the previous stage. They wanted a change. We've been given a change. I'm the one that's come in. They're loving me before I even play.
Yeah.
That
So
settles the nerves a bit.
I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way because me and you was both played sports and watched sport. It's like watching a fourth division team play a game online. That's what you do. Like a fourth division, you have no really home fans like cheering you on and all that. And then you have like something like this where Rocker playing in front of 1,000 people or so, and it's like a grand final. You got
Yeah.
people screaming out your name. You got people chanting your team.
Yeah.
It's a buzz, no matter who you are or where you come from. If someone's going, let's go Fame, it's a
Yeah.
fucking buzz. You're
No,
going to
100%.
go, I'm getting Jade for this shit. They know my name. I'm new to this team. I've got something to
Yeah.
prove.
Yeah.
100%. I find a home field advantage. Obviously, you're going to have, especially on LAN, you're going to have an upper hand.
Yeah.
And
100%. Especially if
think-
your first experience with it is a home one as well, not like
exactly.
an away one.
I'll even go further and say, look, I love the idea of everyone going back to watch to LAN games. Love the idea.
I
No one can be biased about going, yeah, but they played LAN, we played online.
Mm.
Fucking have it all back there.
Even if because most of the teams are based in Texas, not all, most are
Yeah.
based in Texas. Whether it's, I'm pretty sure it's Dallas. Most of them are based. Quote me if I'm wrong on that one. But I'm
Arlington, I
pretty
think.
sure it's Dallas and Arlington are like 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
So, and there's a big esports stadium at Arlington. Why can't they just play all the games at Arlington? If they've got to relocate a few teams to Dallas, I'm sure the CDO can be like, yeah, we'll help you guys out. We'll get you all to Dallas. We'll play all our games at Arlington at the esports stadium. Shit, if they want to make it a little bit more of an even advantage, because obviously Texas being Optic being Texas and kind of owning the esports stadium and just being Optic in general, have a lot more crowd and a lot more fans than a lot of the other teams. But they could even be like, okay, we'll play on land, but we don't necessarily have to have
Why? Well,
fans.
sorry,
But-
I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, why? Like, we're supposed to have an even field. Like, as much as I wrote fans out of the thing about the Rocker, right? I fucking honestly like having Optics fans there every fucking time. Like, Optic is the exception to that rule.
No. There's a way around that though.
No, well, that's
know,
what
You can
you didn't
cap
get me to let me finish.
if
So-
say Optic are playing. Sorry, Cookie, we've cut you off completely here, but
What I'm going to say just solves it all.
yeah, okay.
yeah, just
okay.
cap up 50-50.
For the stage games, don't have a crowd. Simple as that.
It's that easy.
Or you can just
Have
half
a
the
play LAN environment, all in the same area, the esports stadium. It's catered for everybody. All the players all say the best place they go to play is the esports stadium in Arlington. Have them all based out of Dallas and Arlington, and just fucking play the games there at LAN. Shit, you don't have to have a crowd. The groups in CWO Black Ops 4 didn't have a crowd. They were played in a studio.
Yeah, that's actually true. I was gonna say 50-50 of tickets, but first thing that went into my head is if I missed a ticket for Optic, I would just go on the next team that they're playing against, buy a ticket from them, and then just rock up anyway. So that wouldn't work.
No, unless they base it off memberships.
Yeah, but I also
Ethnic Nation memberships are fucking ridiculous.
yeah.
Like, just don't have a crowd, or
I think
sort out
for-
a studio somewhere. Like, they've got a CDL studio.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
That would sort of like they already don't have a crowd. They're already getting people to play under their fucking facilities for the online matches and all that, and then some teams don't even have facilities. So like, it just like fucking 85 to 75% of teams are based in Dallas anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, I think that fixes everything. Honestly, no fans at a LAN event.
No
Or-
offense, or I mentioned when you were in here, Benny, CW or Black Ops 4, they played it all in a studio. All the group games were done in a studio. CDL own a studio. Where the fuck do you think the desk is? I'm sure there's enough room in the studio to be like, okay, cool, we'll put 2 desks facing each other, boom, they can play right there.
Dude, it's just fucking. They have a fucking whole esports arena that a team pays for. It wouldn't be fucking expensive to lease it off them, if not fucking free, right?
Yeah.
It just seems so fucking easy, man. Yes, but the thing is, these teams need breaks, right? In between the CDL matches to go to their place of relevancy. Their place of relevancy, like Toronto, fucking Paris, like Las Vegas, all that shit. They need to go there and then build that home crowd, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, my only issue with this whole LAN in Texas thing is, what's the fucking point of Toronto Ultra fucking Las Vegas Legion?
What I'm saying is just the group stages, just the qualifiers, just have them played out of this facility, and then have the series, like the actual proper majors, still at all the different locations.
And I get what Cookie's saying. Have it as a closed door event, so no fans. Let them just nut it out against each other. Stream it live for everyone.
Wait. They wouldn't be able to put that on Twitch. Jesus. Maybe change the OnlyFans on that one.
Let them have a go, play against each other. And you can stream that online. Like, everyone can still watch it as like an online thing, but just have it as 2 teams.
Let me play devil's advocate.
No advantage.
I just don't think there's any point to that, right? Let me play devil's advocate. I don't think there's any point to that with the current model we got going on with the teams in the like states and cities, right? There's that model doesn't work, right? If Los Angeles is in Los Angeles teams are in Los Angeles, playing from Los Angeles, right? They're a Los Angeles team, right? If they don't get to be there to develop that team out of that area, then what's the fucking point of going for it? It'd be like the fucking Sydney Roosters playing all the games in, you know how they have the Nines in New Auckland? Right, it'd be like every team is in fucking Auckland playing, but they're the Sydney Roosters and the fucking Melbourne Storm, you know? It just doesn't make any sense because your team's not in the area. You can't go to the area to see the team. And that's where we're playing. I think, if anything, right, we need more of these home events.
What's the difference between that and the online games?
No one can watch them live online.
I agree.
Unless you
I
have
agree with you guys. I'm not trying to disagree, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Like, there is still a few teams that are in their area. You see what Minnesota's done. The only reason they can sell 1,000 tickets, regardless of if there's 1,000 there.
Minnesota, though.
Yeah, but they played the games at Minnesota, and they've created a Minnesota, whatever they're fucking. They've created a fan base in Minnesota, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Minnesotian.
Yeah, midichlorians. Like,
Mandalorians.
But you know what I mean? Like, you can't say it can't work because they have done it, regardless of how small the fan base is. You know?
Yeah.
Toronto can bring people to their like place where they play, right? Because they have fans in Toronto.
Last year was really, really good. Like, it was packed.
Yeah, so they have fans in that area. Like, regardless of what team you go for, you know what I mean. This is more of a conversation about the business model as a whole, right? But
yes, that is 100% correct. And the hardest thing about their current business model is trying to change it and then make it fair.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is that they've let Minnesota do this, and it's not fair to the other teams.
Yeah, I think that's
simple as that. That's the main issue. We disagree on how we can fix it, but the biggest thing that we can all agree on is that it's unfair to the other teams around Minnesota right now.
I don't think it's that big of an unfairness, but I still think there is a level of unfairness, and I just think with it all being on LAN, it just makes it easier to keep the competitive integrity in check, and so,
speaking of competitive integrity, though, like, you look at what happened at the Texas Major in regards to the crowd calling out. Like, that could have. I'm not saying it did. Definitely not saying it did. You couldn't actually really hear the crowd very much with the way that the microphone set up for the Minnesota event, you didn't really get to hear it, and it's a little bit of a shame because it would have been nice to hear the crowd a bit more because it looked like they were going off.
Yep.
But you never know with these homes. As I say, the biggest thing for me is just one team's done it, no one else has. But you don't know what could have been said from the crowd, like, oh, he's on bomb, or it's happened relatively recently as well.
Yeah, no. I'm going to play devil's advocate again.
Sure.
I think in that controlled environment, though, that is easily more identifiable, the people doing that, and they can be ejected, which shows a smaller crowd that if I keep doing this, I can be ejected, and I'm actually having a good time.
They didn't really show the crowd very much.
Yeah, I agree.
Hard to know.
But the players would have let you know if it was happening, mate. They would have let you know.
True. The only issue is they didn't have phase there, so you really don't see much on Twitter. So how do you get that? Little jab in there on that one.
That's good. That's good.
The biggest thing for me is just scrap the online qualifiers and just do more majors.
Problem solved.
Easy,
I actually don't hate that. If the Modern Warfare events were 12 teams, like, they would have been good, man. They would have been seriously good.
Mm.
Like, it would have been, honestly, everyone was shitting on that, like, way of doing it, but I think it was honestly good. And if we didn't have COVID halfway through, we would have actually had a good season. Because it would have evolved, right? It would have been that, but with 12 teams next year. And we would have actually started to see some really good, like, I bet.
Yeah. I think they need to just look at the Black Ops 4 season a bit more.
Why can't we just have 12
Black Ops 4
majors?
season was absolutely... I think it was arguably the best season.
Ever.
The Black Ops 4 season.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it needed more majors too, right? But they had, like, what, fucking 10? I feel like they had, like, 10 majors.
Yeah, they had 10, but the lifespan of that game was a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because Modern Warfare was delayed and Black Ops 4 came out early, I believe.
Yeah, correct.
So, like, it was an extra couple of months onto it.
Yeah.
Which almost worked out fucking ideal because there was that, like, 8, 9, 10 majors. And the biggest thing for the Black Ops 4 one was that everything just wasn't in America. Like, that fucking Black Ops 4 London event, or was it Manchester? I can't remember. The English event, it fucking popped. It was amazing. I reckon almost the best event of the year.
Yeah, probably besides Champs, yeah.
Yeah, like outside of Champs. Champs it's different.
Yeah, it's diffy. Alright, let's talk about Expo, man. We didn't get to see a lot of it this weekend. Is that team scared of the new map? Or what? Like,
I don't think they've learned to play it properly.
Okay. Do you think the pros hate it?
No, I don't. I think I would say some teams probably hate it.
Yeah.
I don't think all teams hate it, but I don't think they've given it a shot. I don't think they've scrimmed on it, so I don't think they know how to play the map well.
Auto veto. It's that easy.
Yeah. Auto veto it.
I was reading something about it. The majority of teams actually voted to keep Fortress in.
Yes, and then changed their votes to make it 6 teams against 6 teams. Yeah. And then they went, you know what? That's good enough to change. I know 3 of them 100%. And that was LAT.
Shock.
LAT. I know that was Vegas.
That's not sarcasm. That is actually a bit of a shock.
Vegas.
LAT boys. Vegas. Okay. Because that was horrible Fortress control as well.
And I know FaZe.
It was shock.
They were the 3 teams I know guaranteed, and that was through tweets and stuff saying we tried.
I reckon Seattle would have been one of the other 3 because the fucking Fortress control was their playground.
I think Optic was a late one that went from no to yes, and that was from
I don't think Optic changed. I think that might have been another one of the no because Dan Ghosty absolutely fucking hates Expo.
But Shotzi fucking loved it. Shotzi said numerous times. Shotzi said numerous times that he loves playing on Expo.
I don't think they'll play it very much though, because
I don't think so. Because if you saw the Expo that they've played against, Dan Ghosty was struggling.
Yeah,
He
was, I think, 7-14 for a long period of time.
It's weird though. We see these maps come in late rotation. I think I could relate this to the Cold War year. We seen firing range come in really late to the rotation, but we seen that map start getting played straight away. Like people,
but firing range is also an older game.
I meant standoff. My bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all maps that are like been in previous CODs.
Yeah,
Same as
I
like
mean, you can say that, right?
no.
I can say Expos plays like other maps we've played before, though. Like, it's not just
It
because
is,
it's a
but
new
it's
map.
still a little bit different. Where like when like Raid was in from the get go,
Oh, Raid
almost
wasn't. It was almost
basically,
Yeah.
basically. But the search map, the train station. I can't remember what it's fucking.
Oh, Express.
Express?
Yeah,
Express. It played identical to Black Ops 2.
it's identical. I played a fuck ton of Black Ops 2.
Close enough, though.
I
Like close
can't- I
enough
just
that a
can't agree with
team
you.
would be like, okay.
Cold War is a way quicker game than Black Ops 2
I'm
was.
not denying that, but like they know the map sort of thing. Like there wasn't many map changes, if any at all. Whereas Expo is still a new map, so all the nuances that they know from playing these other maps for the past 4 or 5 months, they haven't learned on Expo yet.
All right, I'll give you that. I honestly will give you that because, like, I just think maybe it's a bad take, but I feel like we've seen these other. I feel like some of these players wouldn't have played, Standoff and Express, So I just think it's a good. It's weird to see it not getting played. I thought we were going to see it straight away. I'm a bit disappointed. I would have loved to see some more Expo this weekend.
I reckon we will at the major. I think give them a couple of weeks till the major, and I reckon they'll pick it out as like a power pick. They'll be like, "Where the fuck did?" Like, all of a sudden, it'll be like 4 games in one day for the major, and they'll all have fucking Expo control.
Yeah, and I'd love to see it because I'm so sick of seeing the other maps. This is why
And
we still need
I
another
don't
map
like
control.
Fortress control, and I don't like LSELO control.
Yeah,
And I mean, virtual control is not horrible,
yeah,
but
it's
it is
fun.
repetitive.
It's repetitive,
you
but
see
it's
the
a
same
fun map.
thing. You just see the same thing happen all the time.
I would even say it's a bit attack heavy, which might be worse than being defense heavy because if you win your attack, you get defense, right? So, and if it's weaker,
almost like Berlin control.
Yeah, if it's weaker, right, and you win, you get that game 5. It's not actually worth winning, or getting those control points. You're starting to throw then, which is weird. We've seen Ghosty do that on control, on Fortress, and then lose that round anyway. So, look, I think we already talked about the Rocker. Yep, we got there. So, what's your most underrated player this season? What player don't you think gets enough gas?
Ooh, underrated. I'm gonna say Clayster.
You don't think he gets enough gas?
He hasn't been getting a lot of like gas. Like it's like most of his gas is he's still doing pretty good for someone of his age. It's not like proper gas of he's just doing really good. His search numbers are still fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
But outside of that, I'd probably actually say.
Because honestly, we're going to go.
I feel like a lot of the players get the necessary gas. I think there's players that get too much gas, but I don't think there's a lot of players that get undergassed.
Okay, because if we're going to go off the Paris Legion, man, I honestly would say Temp. I don't think Temp's been getting anywhere near enough gas, man. He has this absolutely incredible pop-off series, and no one even seems to notice. They noticed a lot last year because he was like, the big fish in the small pond, so...
Yeah.
But he just doesn't seem to be getting the same gas, and he's putting up similar numbers most series, so...
I'm throwing a curveball.
Okay.
He does get gas, but he doesn't get enough gas, I don't think. And that's Envoy.
Ooh.
He's been getting a lot of gas.
No. He has been, that's what I'm saying. He has been getting gas, but from the gas that he got from, say, like Benny said, from Vanguard, he was gassed up. Like everyone was like, Envoy's like the new prince. He was like, he's a prince to scump. Like, he's going to be the next biggest thing, sort of thing. And then Pred came into it. Now everyone's talking about Pred and Scrappy and all that sort of stuff. I think what Envoy does for his team, he doesn't get enough gas for it. Personally, I think that he is underrated.
Gas over the week.
No, I know, but I'm saying I think he's underrated for, like, I potentially think he should be an MVP person, like, mention. Like, I think he does a lot for LAT.
You'll hear me say that all the time. You hear me say it all the fucking time about Envoy, man.
I don't think anybody should be an MVP candidate unless they win an event. I'll say the exact same thing about Pred. Until Seattle win an event, I don't think Pred can be classified in the MVP.
I get that as well, but I also think that with what he does, like, what I've heard is what you see in the game, he does 1,000 more things out of game for that team.
Yeah.
He did it for what the fuck, Huntsman. He did it for Huntsman, and he got asked out because they didn't like the style of what he was going for. He's done it with Thieves, and I think that Thieves, like we've said, are an A-side team. I think they're one of the best teams
The
in the
Huntsman
game.
had a lot more issues behind the scenes.
They
Exactly,
also won
but
a lot more events than the future
Exactly.
optic rosters, you know.
So I also think, yeah, I just don't think that he gets gassed up enough. Personally, I think he's an amazing player. I know you.
Arguments.
I know we've been talking shit about Kenny, and you've been backing up your boy.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever mentioned Envoy. I think Envoy does the grunt for the team. Like, you've seen it in this last game that he played. He fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
He was everywhere where he needed to be.
But he also got a hell of gas for that as well. Like
100%.
he got a fuck ton of gas.
That's the first hella gas that he's got all season, really. Like, then once the team went downhill, he got fucking criticized like a motherfucker as well.
Yeah, I think he even gets criticized more than Kenny, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, he gets criticized a lot more because people have that.
Is she, you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, Kenny's been getting a lot of criticism this
yeah,
year.
I agree, but you can see they're on the uptick right now, man. You've seen Kenny's stats this weekend, man. He's been looking a lot better. Like, they've done something to change up their roles and stuff, and the Thieves are looking really good, man. I'm biased as fuck, but I don't think anyone can disagree.
No,
They're
I
really
don't
good.
disagree at all. I think Thieves are looking dangerous again. I think that the teams, like you said, I think they've done a few changes in the back end.
Yep.
And I think they're looking dangerous.
Yep. They just got to work on their search and destroy, man. That's literally the song for the Thieves, man. They need to work on
And
their
look,
search.
I think it's like we saw last year. It was a slow motor for LAT.
Once they click, though.
Once they click, and I think that they've started to click as well in S&D. Like, I think they're starting to figure it out, and I think they're just gonna fucking. They're
Yeah.
gonna motor towards the end of the season. I think they're just going to surprise the shit out of teams.
Yeah.
With
I still don't think they win champs, but I reckon they'll win Major 5.
I reckon
Well,
they'll.
no,
I reckon they'll win a major, and I reckon they'll come to. I reckon they'll finish top 3 placing it, regardless.
Right, back to
Oh,
back,
yeah.
Major 5 champs, bro. This year we're taking it all after we win a major.
Take
Anyway,
it all from Major 5 onwards.
That's my little curveball. I know he gets gas, but I know he doesn't get enough
Yeah.
gas.
Okay. I respect it. What were you gonna say, Cookie? Did you figure out the name you had?
For
That's right. I mean, we can move on.
I can't think of the name. No.
Cookie's comb.
Oh, yes.
This is Cookie's
Kismet.
combs corner, by the way.
Kismet.
Sure. I mean,
Ooh.
sure.
He was the other one I was thinking of because, like,
Eh.
in the New York team, Skies and Hydra get majority of the credit in that team.
Yeah, I don't agree with you, Cookie. Sorry, bro. Go on.
Nah,
But
I don't agree with you either. I reckon
I didn't agree
his-
with you, and you guys don't agree with that. So that's
I
perfectly
reckon
fine.
Kiz gets as much, not as much, but I reckon he gets hype as well as. I think the 2 people in that team get hype is Kiz and Hydra.
Yeah, I
To
agree.
be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
Like-
but you might think, Cookie, I can
He's
see.
in Major 1, but he hasn't in like Major 2 or 3.
I could see
They
how you
haven't
could
been
think.
performing.
I could see how you could think that, like the Envoy situation where you believe he deserves to be gassed even more than he is. You think he's doing that much on his team, you know?
Yeah.
Like I can
Personally.
see that about Kismet.
Yeah.
Do you think he deserves more
I think
gas?
for like my reasoning behind Kiz is he did get a lot of gas in like Major 1 when they did the run, and I think he was like Hydra played well, but I think Kiz was the main catalyst for New York to win.
And back end of Vanguard too, just to bring it right back.
100% as well. And then since they've gone downhill, they've really started going downhill. Everybody's kind of still been on Hydra's back, he's still dropping these fantastic numbers and all that. But if you watch New York, he's kill whoring his fucking ass off to start with, which is them putting Kiz on an island to try to do all the objective stuff as an SMG. And then Kiz is getting a fuck ton of flack for it. And I think that's where my point more comes into it, is that he's now having to try to almost play for 1.5 people objectively and team-wise in the New York team. And where then you've got Skies and Hydra who are still getting their plaudits because of the numbers they're dropping, but they're just kill warring their asses off.
Yeah.
Is more so how I see it.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Yeah, I'll change my stance. I agree with you, Cookie. I can see your point. Yeah, now you made it. I can see it.
And now for you, Benny, I know you said temp for Las Vegas, but was that your main person, or were you just
That's
jumping on with
the
Vegas?
name that came to my head straight away. Actually, I just think Temp is. You know, I'm usually a big Temp hater too. Actually, to be honest, I feel like his lack of championships proves there's something to do with him. Same as Methods. That he might be a good player, but there's obviously he's doing something wrong to the point where he's not winning anything. But with that all being said, he is a phenomenal player. He's doing something right. He has been for the last 2 years, and I'm actually surprised that this Vegas team hasn't won anything. And I think with Standy on the team now, they're looking deadly. Yeah, not even come close.
Yeah.
Like for the last 2 years, to be honest, man, I thought he'd take a couple young guns under his wing. I really wanted to see John
one of the
perform.
issues that they've got, TJ.
I'm the biggest TJ hater in the world, man. He's performing. If he keeps up the performance he had this week, they are a serious threat.
Look at the 3 majors prior to this.
Yeah, and the whole season prior to this, and the season prior to that.
Like you guys said though, like it was for Rocker. By the looks of things, they've had a minor change in the team, and they're looking great.
Yeah.
It's the same as
change can do a fuck ton.
Yeah, I think it's the same as Vegas. They had a change in taking out 2-real for Standy, and I think the team is playing better as a team.
Yeah.
So I think that TJ is going to be playing better. I think that Standy's going to be playing better. I think fucking Temp and Clay will play better.
Yeah.
I think the whole team, by that one change, might actually do a lot more than what we think as a one-player change would do.
I just noticed a player we can highlight. I think he's got a lot of gas recently because of their win, right? But I don't think Inside gets enough gas.
Yeah.
He was dog shit prior to stage 3.
I don't think he's dog shit. I think he's like...
He was dropping... His average for major 1, 2,
yeah.
and 1 and 2 was like 0.8.
Okay,
that was his average KD.
If we're looking at stats, yes. But if we're looking at the plays he does, then you've got to look at it differently.
Like you can say the same thing about Hicksy, man. You can say, he's dog shit. He's got the dog shit stats, bro. But they won a major because of him, bro.
Yeah,
He's been getting that fucking gas. He was getting hated on before that, and then he got the gas because of that major.
You can see what Hicksy does to the team around him. Where in stage 1 and 2, like as you say, recently he's been getting the gas because he definitely deserves it recently. He's picked up his game phenomenally.
I still think he's overshadowed by the other players on his team, but go on, sorry.
Yes, no, 100% agree. But just stage 1 and 2, he just wasn't gelling with the rest of the team, and you could see it in the way he was playing. And he's like, okay, I know I'm coming back to stats, but like just the general way he was playing, almost looked like he was an outsider, like he was filling in.
Okay,
Major 3 integrated perfectly with the whole system with Hicksy.
I still think they were really good in Major 1, man. Honestly, like even with the Standy team, they were top 4, you know, so I don't think you were that bad in that. Yeah, top 4. Top 4 is not a bad placing, man. 16 team major too, so.
I'm just throwing this out there. I know you, Benny, especially are the number one hater for fucking TJ. But do you think TJ has been playing that dog shit because he hasn't had the right second man?
Oh, bro, you can't tell me he hasn't had the right second man for fucking 3 years in a row.
No, I'm just saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Thieves when they had a really good team.
Yeah, and guess what? That's the reason I actually hate him the most, bro. Okay, he went from like the Optic team that I loved, right, and of course I fell in love with them when I started enjoying 100 team more, right. That was like great to see him win that first event. Then I started following 100T, but I just watched TJ just butcher it all year, right? And that's where the hate train for TJ started. And then fucking comes Modern Warfare, right? He gets on the team with my favorite player from fucking the Black Ops 4 season, and he just has such a shit year. And the best part about that is I got the back-to-back because that team turned into the Thieves team, so I started following them. TJ's on that too, bro. And he was on there for like most of the fucking year.
Another person that just sprung to mind, Octane.
Yeah, Octane. I think he gets the gas. I think he gets gas. Honestly, I'm the biggest.
I think you give him the gas.
No, I think. Oh,
He
I don't
gets
think a lot.
Quite a bit of gas, more so from the community and players rather than the casters and
Because
the desk. But the players give him a fuck ton of gas.
I actually liked Octane from Seattle.
He's my favorite AR of all time. I'm going
Yeah.
to say it right now. He's my
Yeah.
favorite AR of all time. I love
Yeah.
watching him play.
agreed.
Maybe not favorite of all time, but
He's better
definitely...
than Formal. Okay,
I was gonna say,
I'm
let me
joking,
guess,
I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
joking.
you.
I'm
Fuck
joking.
you, he's probably not my favorite, but
if
as
we
of
want
recent,
to talk about skill and not converting it to championships,
Octane's your boy. Yeah.
oh no, so I was not going to mean formal. Okay, yeah, he's got
Formal
like
was a fucking multi FPS champion, bro. You can't say that shit about Formal.
in COD, he should have won so much more.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, he should have won so much more. But okay, we're not going down there because this could be a fucking 3-hour conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop myself before I go through it.
Wait, but can I finish my TJ
go
point, if that's okay?
Yes.
I just like to, because you said, did he not have the right second man? Do you not believe on Modern Warfare season, Kenny was the right second man?
I think Kenny was fresh to the scene.
Kenny's been playing since like
I know.
yeah, well, he's been playing since Black Ops 2, but he's been in the Pro League just before World War 2.
Man was MVP. He should have been. I don't know if he was or not. MVP of fucking World War II.
He
That's
was
right.
the MVP.
No,
of World
my
War
bad,
II.
my bad.
Was, yeah. And
I'm
he
sorry,
fucking
but bro,
deserved every
Kenny's
part of it.
changed his name like fucking 3 times.
Yeah,
So-
I agree with that.
Okay,
So
so
do you think
I fully
do you
fucking
think Quavo?
Yeah, sorry, bro. That just tripped me out because I know Kenny now, and I'm like, well, fuck, it was
Yeah.
Quavo. Sorry, my bad.
Do you think Scump and Karma weren't good second men for TJ in the Black Ops 4 season? Scump and Karma, by the way.
I just don't think. I
Do
just
you
don't.
think
Like,
Hook
look,
was not a good second man?
no, look. All right, wait.
So
I'm
I
not-
think Hook was his second man in.
I'm
Don't
putting you
get
on
me
the
wrong.
blast. I'm putting you on
No,
blast right
yeah.
now, bro.
Put me on blast, bro. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, they're all great fucking players, and they're all fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Sorry, not great. Phenomenal players. Do they suit each other as a team play, like as teammates? Maybe not. But yes, they were great second players, but they maybe just didn't feed off how he played.
So who's the common denominator in it all then?
It's obviously TJ, but you're just gonna find he's just got. Personally, I think he just has to find the person that he gels with the most. The way he like Standy, go fucking do your shit. I'm gonna do my shit, but when I fucking need you somewhere, he's there. You know what I mean? I think
I think I'm done. I'm done ever pretending that TJ is a good player. I think it's
S&D wise, he's got the brains for S&D. I think every other mode, he's
Yeah.
pretty dog shit.
I think there's no disagreements about his S&D prowess. Like, if you want to say he's bad at everything, you're wrong, right? And I talk a lot of shit about TJ. I just think he's not league caliber, man. I don't think he has been league caliber, and fucking, I am happy to be proved wrong. I've come on this podcast every week so far with the joke that I'll 1v1 TJ every spot. Of course, I'm gonna fucking lose that. Of course. Every
Wait,
day of the
is
week.
that-
On
is that-
my
is that
host,
still
I
up
would
for-
fucking lose that. Like, TJ, if you're listening to this, keep it up. You've been doing really well lately. Like it's a joke I make, right? But I have my beef with TJ as a fan personally. There's no fucking way in
Yeah.
the world I would ever beat TJ in a
Yeah.
1v1. But I don't think that means he's league caliber at the same time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. He's obviously, if he versed one of us, he would shit all over us.
Mm.
But for what is in the game at the moment, he might
I'd
be.
beat him in a stunt 1-on-1.
He might be like one of us
Well,
in the
no,
game
Just
at the moment.
had to put on some expo, boys. Sorry, just fucking throw that in the back just to let you know. This map exists, by the way. No, I just I've had my beef with TJ. I think I'm just a fanboy. He's been on 2 of the teams that I've enjoyed, and my couple of my second teams, right? And he's just been awful for all of them. I think that's where my hate stems, and I just don't think every year since Modern Warfare, I've been like, how is he still in the league?
Yeah.
And I want him to prove me wrong. This performance is the best performance I've seen him have in a whole game for the longest fucking time. And I hope it keeps going.
To finish off on the TJ topic,
Please.
with Vivid now being dropped, I know they're 2 very different SMG players, but if you had to choose between TJ and Vivid, who would you pick?
Don't ask me.
Rip.
Vivid.
Okay.
If I had to pick, it's Vivid. Like, And that's like it's a non-factor to me. I would pick.
I think Vivid has ice in Search and Destroy over TJ at the moment. Still,
No, I disagree with that. I think you win more search and destroys with TJ.
That would have been my answer. Was depends on the other three in the team. Like if you've got pretty decent search players already, you wouldn't worry about picking up TJ. You'd pick up Vivid. But if you got good respawn players, then you'd look at.
In my opinion, right, this is how I look at it right now.
Wasn't it Vivid that went like fucking had one of the highest fucking KDs in search in Mikado?
He has I think Vivid has the #1 accuracy in the game.
Yeah,
Shot percentage wise.
But he's also got like a 0.81 KD.
Well, he doesn't miss, but he doesn't.
In my opinion, though, if you put TJ onto Boston, it gets worse. If you put Vivid onto Paris, it at least stays the same.
Yeah. No, you're probably right.
I'll agree with that.
I think that's a good place to
team's
leave
already
it.
a very good
way of putting it.
search team. So
Alrighty.
adding anything.
Alright, someone who want to kick us off and open it up.
What's the next one?
DreamHack.
I've been doing too good of a job, eh?
I think DreamHack is the next topic. So I think we've done all the rest of them. DreamHack.
No. We
did all of it.
He's right. He's right.
We have to fucking DreamHack, bro.
I don't think we did who looks best so far. We did who looked worse.
No, we did, we did who looked best. We picked Rocker. We picked.
True, we did too. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Let's go.
We didn't do the brackets part.
Oh,
well, what did you call Cookie?
Sorry, Cookie.
Yeah.
Cookie has called it from. Pull up the other stream. Cookie called it. One of the best teams at the moment, looking like it, is Optic.
I said Optic to win Major 4.
Optic's not going to win shit this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I've got one stat on the Optic team. In their past 3 Fortress hard points, they've 100 clubbed. All 3 teams. One of them being FaZe, one of them being Breach, and one of them being London.
But how dumb are the other teams to keep on playing Fortress? It's not how good they are. How dumb are other teams?
Dumb are these teams, man. That's my boy. Say it with your chest, Reaper. Say it with your chest.
Not disagreeing at all.
Fucking do it completely.
Fucking dumb, bro. Talk to my boy Ghosty like that, bro.
Do some other fucking map.
I've got stuff to say on vetoes on specific teams. Seattle. But we can get to them when Pick'ems comes up for this week anyway. Maybe let's not do this.
So let's get into Pick'ems, right? It's time for Pick'ems.
Brackets, let's not do this.
I'll put that in.
Why?
We've only been going for an hour 15, man. I could definitely do Pick'ems and wrap this up. I don't know. Do you want to do DreamHack after this, Cookie, or?
I think we just.
I mean, DreamHack's at the end of April, so I can wait a little bit.
Let's push it back. We're doing a podcast every week, bro. So, all right, it's time for Pick'ems, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to check out our fantasy teams? Does anyone check the fantasy teams of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. Let's see how we're going on the old fantasy side of the.
Two London teams, so I'm not doing well. I know that much.
Two
London players.
All right, log in.
Yeah.
Discord, can you please not be a rat? I fucking hate Discord.
Players is 5 points. Oh fuck.
You got what? What'd you say?
One of
You
my
said
players
5 points.
has 5 points.
I'm gonna say it was Yuli.
No, you actually got 53.
Oh, there you go. All right, I have my team. Someone gonna put the team up?
Didn't do
You wanna go
shit.
first, Benny?
I didn't do great.
Whoever's got it there, just go.
I'll do mine then.
Yep. I'll do mine last.
Oh, dude, man.
I did terrible.
Yeah, righto.
That hurts.
So Ghosty did all right. I captained him, so they give me a little bit more points. You didn't do horrible, considering the London got absolutely smoked. 53 points on Yuli is respectable, considering Nasty got 5. I was expecting more out of him, considering of his Major 3 and Stage 3. And I picked Sandy, which I was fucking ecstatic about that I picked him at least. Because he gave me 84 points as well.
I'm surprised that he didn't get more than 84 points.
Only first week. They had more than... It's only first week.
Only got one game, bro, so you double that, man. He scored more
That's
than the
true
rest
as well.
of
They
it.
did only play the one game. Because like, you look at some of these guys for my fucking major 3 ones, like maxed down at 474 for Nero. That's the 3 weeks plus major.
Yeah.
So
And that's
83 points
placing
is
as well.
still, yeah.
All right, Benny,
So-
pull yours up.
All right, yeah, no worries. I got mine. Turn on this. Hey, I have to go through. Do all
You
this
had,
shit.
from memory, you had a phenomenal team.
I actually did. You talked a lot of shit about it, but this team was actually pretty good.
25%.
Yeah. So
Draza
Salian,
went off.
yeah, Draza went absolutely off. He had 2 series, by the way, so that's
Yeah.
gotta look at it like that. So it's what like fucking.
Because actually, when you think about it, because I think Optic only played the 1 game as well.
70 was about 75 points per game, probably more. My brain is chalk today, bro. What 85 points per game, so that's technically the highest on my team, on average, right? Hicksy, he had a phenomenal weekend. Well, not phenomenal, but for him, like for just the player Hicksy, like I think that's actually good points. Like,
For a
and
$5 player as well.
yeah, and I personally think that he'll have a good placing at the major. That was why I picked him on my team, because he was cheap, the cheapest Toronto player. I expect him to have a good placing in the major. I don't expect him to be making the points right now. Standy had a phenomenal fucking weekend. Technically, what?
That's 1 game.
Second highest, and then
84.
Selim obviously lost the game this weekend, still got 141 points, and obviously that's times 1.1, so he gets 1.1% of points, so he's got 110%.
So my ghosty was the same as 89 with a 1.1, but that was only Optic only played 1 game as well, didn't they?
Yeah, 1 game. So
Yeah.
if FaZe have a good bounce back round, this I think Selim will come up in points. So obviously I'm expecting a good placing out of FaZe, London, Ultra, and especially the Thieves. Shout out to Draza, bro. The GOAT. The GOAT! It's the GOAT!
I'm only 50 points off you, Benny.
I mean, do
It's
better.
a lot.
Do
It's a
better.
lot, but I'm only 50 points off you. I'm just having a look.
All your players
alright.
played 2
So-
games though.
Yeah, fair, but I had Simp as my captain.
You are a simp.
Um,
You're Captain Simp.
I am a simp, but I also like Octane, so
He's engaged.
he did 142, which is pretty solid as well.
Yep. Not as good as
Um,
Draza, but yep.
No, but my player that I had that was cheap was a sim, and he's not
Oh.
too bad. He's still got
I
6.
just realized
Yeah,
you
that's
were
good
pick
for-
4s.
What?
I just realized you were pick 4s.
One more time, Cookie. We think we missed that again, bro.
I just realized who your pick 4 is.
Yeah, Vivid.
I'm sure
pick
Breaking
four.
Point will work it out, bro. I'm sure they'll work it out.
Subbing Cramp for you, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do that.
Hopefully they throw him cramp, and hopefully. Oh, but see, I'm pissed because he actually did not bad.
Yeah.
He-
He almost did
That's
as good
what
as Simp
I'm
this
pissed
week.
off about.
Like for
So I-
$5, you know? Almost did as well as Simp.
$5. Exactly.
Look, in 110. Look, so Simp got the buff with the 110.
So he would have been 100.
Yeah, so probably almost did
that's
better
true.
than him, yeah, 100%.
He would have done better.
Yeah, because the decimal.
But yeah, anyway.
You want to jump back on my stream, boys? Got the cricket. I got the cricket. I got the pick'ems going, bro. Got the Australia is up to bat. Australia is up to bat. I says the stream said crickets. It's only crickets here or some shit. Anyway, fuck you,
Okay.
Discord, you cunt. All right, so I have London versus Boston. I'm gonna go Boston 3-1. I'm gonna just quickly chuck this because Discord fucking hates me and hates when I stream shit and then try to stream the stream on Discord. So I can't see any of your faces. Okay.
I'm showing fun, bros.
Yeah. Well, that's because you guys don't get the stream paused when I go over it.
Okay, yeah.
So Seattle versus Florida. I'm gonna go.
Double points, man.
Yeah, it's a double. So I mean, that's why I seen that. I got scared. Let's see the stats. Oh, look at that.
Ah, so who's a stat boy now, Benny?
Me.
I don't know.
What was that laugh, bro? Who's a laugh boy now? It's you. I'm gonna go 3-0. I'm gonna say Seattle 3-0 Florida. Rocker
see that
versus Subliners. Now this might be an interesting match. This might be the first match that Rocker actually run into something. So I'm gonna go 3-1 to Subliners. We are back on. If we'll see if the land affected them. Still not really. I'm not fully sold on Minnesota. I'm not like fully sold on them yet. So give them a bit more time. I think New York actually really did show. They showed potential at the start of the year. They beat FaZe this fucking week, so we'll see how it goes. Vegas versus Royal Ravens. This is going to be the quickest 3-0 of the week. I guarantee you they're going to come out with that fire, bro.
You can boost it?
Nah, I'm not that confident.
Oh.
The game I
Not
am
that
going
confident.
I can't boost.
Can't
Can I?
boost that.
Can't boost it? Well, 3-0. 3-0 to that. I can't even boost the other fucking Thieves game, bro. Damn it, bro. And I'll probably wait for my boost then, eh? Where are we at next week? Boost this.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Nah.
I probably should use a boost.
I don't think you're gonna get anything more.
I think you boost Vegas
obvious
over
one.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to you guys. You neither are you my dad.
When they win 3-0,
I'm old enough.
Yeah, you are 45, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm 39.
Optic versus Subliners. I'm gonna go Optic 3-2 Subliners. Get to a game 5. Optic take it. Icy moments. Toronto versus Atlanta FaZe. I'm gonna put 3-2 to Toronto. Just because it's fuck FaZe over on this side, bro. Vegas versus Gorillas. I'm gonna go 3-0 Vegas, and I'm gonna put a fire on this one for Vegas. I'll boost that match. Okay.
You're more confident on Vegas 3-0ing Gorillas than Vegas 3-0ing Ravens at the moment.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're both bottom of the barrel teams. If these two teams verse, it's literally the Burger Bowl.
Ravens are all over. That's their team.
Yeah, but what if Ravens show up
Best
next
one to
week?
Boost.
What if the Ravens show up next week? That's the thing. They're a wild card right now. They're not. It's not. You really could turn up next week, bro. Where we know we're going to get out of LAG. I'm telling you how I feel. Okay, you really think that Vegas couldn't 3-0 LAG? Really? You're that confident in LAG?
3-1.
I wouldn't say I'm confident in LAG. I'm probably confident in Joe Deceives.
Yeah, 3-1.
Oh. When is it 3-0? I'll laugh. Right? Is that how you do it, Reaper? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. All right, 3-0 Toronto over Florida. And 3-0 Thieves over Optic. Easy
3-0.
dubs, bro. This is easy dubs right here. Easy dubs. You see this, Reaper? Easy dubs, bro. We're going 1-3-2 this week. That's fine. None of the other games were fucking 3-2s anyway.
Definitely not.
All right. I'm happy with my picks, boys. Look, save predictions. Reaper, try that.
I'm not even doing mine tonight.
You're not doing it.
fuck?
Oh, of course he
Why?
wouldn't be. He's scared to show him off, bro. His picks are so good, bro.
Does he not realize when we lock him in, we can't change him anyway?
No, we can change him.
Change it.
100% change him. You can do him last, then none of us can cheat off you, bro.
Well,
I'm
I'll
not
do
doing
mine.
mine. I'm not doing mine tonight anyway.
I'll do mine because I'm not a bitch.
Oh, shut up, Fred.
Alright. So,
What are you
Ravens
slapping, bro?
breach.
Stop slapping your flabs.
I don't have
Who's
gloves, bro.
slapping?
Who's slapping?
Who the fuck is slapping? I didn't hear no slap.
Stop the slap, bro. Stop the slap.
Alright. Breach, Ravens. Breach, you're going to 3-0. Surge, Florida. It'll be a 3-1. There'll be a 3-1 Surge or a 3-1 Mutineers, depending on Surge's fucking vetoes. If they go to play the opposition's best maps every fucking time, they'll get 3-1. Rocker, Subliners. I think Subliners win. Rocker win 3-1. Fuck it. I'm going to do something different. I don't want to just pick the same.
Pick my picks, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
Yeah.
cheater.
And Ravens will win then.
3-0 Ravens. Legion will also 3-0 Gorillas while I'm at it, and I will boost the Ravens one.
Soft. You're scared.
Thieves Gorillas, that's a fucking easy 3-0. Optic Subliners, I think that's going to be a 3-0 as well. Ultra Phase, I think this will be a 3-1. Gorillas Legion 3-0, already did that one, no questions asked. I think Ultra will go game 5 against Mutineers. And I think Optic 3-1 Thieves.
Dreaming. Somebody tell him he's dreaming.
I hope so. Means I get a good sleep. Alright, Rick, all yours.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, be a member of this podcast.
I am a member.
Cave to that beer pressure.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Sweating, bro. Sweating. I said, I didn't want to do my pickups on stream, bro. I don't get roasted. I'm
Anyway.
the champion of the first week, bro.
So why don't you just copy one of us anyway?
You gonna talk about it? You gonna talk about Reap or?
I'm just going to show you.
Oh my god! Everyone be silent. Let's see the silence. Moment of silence for this podcast.
Easy 3-1 for Ravens. I think it
Shock.
might.
For Ravens.
Sorry for Breach. I think one of the games that they're going to be a bit. I don't know if the team's going to gel with crap coming in straight off the rip. I don't know
We'll
which
just
one.
solo carry breaching against Ravens. So he'd be like, "No, you boys go back to challenges."
I think it's going to be a 3-0 over Florida. Seattle over Florida. I think it's going to be a 3-2 Subliners over Rocker. I think Rocker going to beat Shook in this game. I think New York have a climb and then they'll decline again. So this is their climbing period. I can hear myself. This is fucking strange.
Cookie loves doing that.
That's because I have my headphones right next to my microphone.
Really?
I think it's going to be 3-1. Vegas over Legion. Oh, Vegas over Legion. Haha. Vegas over Ravens.
I thought he was so dedicated that being a 3-0 before when you were laughing at me. So
No, I
Vegas
think-
over Ravens. You were so dedicated. You were like, "This is."
I think they're both 3-1s.
Mm.
I think they're both 3-1s.
Put fucking double points on it then, bro. I don't think you really mean it, bro. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Really mean it.
You got another double points too, Benny.
Yeah, I know. I'm saving it to beat
I
Rico
think
in
it's
the major.
3-2 over Subliner.
Major the double points reset.
Yes, sir.
You get another one.
I'll get it off next week. Don't worry then.
I think Optic are going to be Subliners in Game 5. I think Toronto are going to beat FaZe in Game 5. I think it's going to be a lot closer weekend this weekend than last weekend. I think all the games were blowouts last weekends.
Huh?
Like, I think the teams that you didn't expect to win lost. But I think with the blow, like,
He's not wrong. There wasn't a lot of 3-2s. There was a lot of 3-1s.
a lot of 3-1s. I think
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot more 3-2s this week. I think it's going to be 3-1 over Ultra Mutineers. And
You're giving the Mutineers a map against Ultra?
Yep.
Yet they can't take a map off Surge.
Nope. But they took 2 maps off
FaZe.
FaZe. So
Yeah, but
I
FaZe is
put
dog shit
3-2.
up
I
like
put
this.
3-2 against them and a 3-1 against them, but I think 3-0 against Optic and Thieves. And just so you know, I'm serious about it, Benny. I'll say my fucking prediction.
Mate, I'm just saying, dude. These are the Optics boogeyman team, bro.
We're gonna shit on you this time, and I'm gonna
Question,
laugh in your
why
face.
did you not want to do them? There's nothing here that really sticks out, like, as a shock.
I do this on the fly now, but when I like last week when I actually sat down and thought about it, I could actually go, maybe that.
You know, you don't actually have to do the pick'ems in this. You can have them done prior and then just talk about them.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
All right, I'll do that for next week.
Yeah, do that every week if you want, man.
Apparently, I'm silent.
I think it's just fun to do it on the fly, to be honest, man.
See, I like to think
I
about
do-
my games.
I do better when I do it on the fly. Otherwise, I overanalyze.
Overanalyze, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, look, dude. It's always like Optic has a bigger fan base in LA, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that win rate. Look at that. 4 of the last 5 games.
70.6%.
2 of them were.
Oh, yeah.
to
Wait,
be
and
fair.
who has the biggest fan base in the league? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, bro.
Wait up.
FaZe.
Do you think FaZe has the biggest fan base in the league? Really?
Well, it depends if you go off the
The
hate
number
fans.
1 player at the moment has a 3-2 Optic.
Okay. I don't give a fuck what the number 1 fucking pick'ems guy has, bro. I don't give a shit.
Sorry.
He's also got Ravens beating Breach.
That can happen. Like I don't know if Breach is gonna.
Okay.
Could happen.
Yeah, now show the overall standings, Reaper.
I don't know how to do that.
Just
And
click
just click
on
on
2023.
2023. That's
The other-
2021, my guy.
I'm winning that one too. Let's go. Run it up. Run it up, bro.
You're winning all of them because no one fucking plays. these
Yeah, no
games.
one was in my league, the last couple of years, yeah. Well,
I had a
I couldn't
different-
invite people the last couple of years.
I
so
also had a different Activision account.
Ben won fucking
got
100
banned.
grand.
I wish.
No, perfect bracket.
Did not
Yeah.
get a perfect bracket. I had a
See,
good
I'm
fucking
just saying-
bracket. My
I'm
bracket
just
was
saying-
open up my Vanguard bracket right now. Open up my fucking champs bracket. It was a good fucking bracket, bro. Look at the greens. Dude, my fucking Vanguard bracket was fucking sick. Look at that. Bro, I didn't get a loss to that game down the bottom there. Look at my fucking bracket, bro. Look at the greens, baby.
Wait, you picked subliners over Optic? In
No.
Vanguard? Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay, yeah, but we're talking about the subliners of Major 4.
Yeah, but Champs Optic.
Yeah,
Pick
but
that perfectly, Benny.
yeah, bro, of course I picked that perfectly, bro. Double points too.
Almost.
You
picked-
ne-
I
you
almost
nearly
got a
picked that
perfect bracket.
perfect.
Almost, yeah,
I almost got a perfect bracket, bro.
Damn, the disrespect to Surge.
I don't. I couldn't have had a more perfect bracket, honestly, bro. The perfect bracket is so hard to get. You know,
I really disrespect to
That's why
Surge,
it
bro.
says 100 grand on it.
yeah, no, perfect bracket's hard, man. I did a really good fucking bracket that Vanguard champs, bro. My bracket was almost perfect.
All right, actually, let's be dead set then and say what the leader is, like the point scene is for the total to see how we are all phase like.
Dude, Benny is still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Benny on 147
You seen that Vanguard?
Nah.
Picks?
at 143. Cookies on the up.
I'm on the up.
On the up. Only 9 points from first.
Damn,
first
that really
to fourth.
took you almost 9 seconds to figure out 9 points.
I was gonna go from Crosso,
Yeah.
okay, but then I saw you. I was like, oh, you only 9
Crosso's
points.
nice and easy. It's
I mean,
20 points.
Crosso's been missing a
But I
couple
was-
though. To be
I was
honest,
in between
Yeah.
saying 20 and 9.
He did pretty good.
he's doing pretty
last
good.
week.
He's doing pretty well.
Considering someone that doesn't actually watch anything and just kind of doesn't know anything.
he
either,
got
he's-
19 points,
And he's
guys.
even got his
Look at
picks
that.
in for next week. He's
Yeah.
even got his picks in for
Fuck
next week. Respect to the boy, bro.
Look at that, bro.
What ones did he go down in? He went down in
Subliners.
Ultra Surge, that's fair.
Subliners
Subliners phase.
They're the only two.
That's that's
Two
fair.
upset series. Two upset series.
Yeah.
He fucking dominated this. If he got them correct, he would have fucking aced this whole thing.
Yeah, 100%. Almost as good as my Vanguard bracket, bro.
And these are his picks for next week, guys.
Ooh, you went rocker over subliners as well.
He went
Interesting.
thieves over optic as well. So shit.
He is also the bottom, so that says a lot.
Yeah, I know, but he also got more picks right than all of us last week.
No points there.
Doesn't
I think
matter.
You got the same as me.
All right, I'm wrapping this shit, bro. We've already been here for too long. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the IGL podcast. I hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. I think this was a really good episode. We had a little back and forth, and we'll be back next week with more of Cookie's Comb Corner. So he just pulls a
my
comb
desk,
out of
yeah.
them. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
on my
gonna.
desk is-
I mean, I play my vapes all night. I'm like, wee all night. You're just gonna comb me like, oh, yeah.
My desk is right next to my cupboard, and my cupboard's got like
Yeah.
the doors for the cupboards, the windows.
Yeah.
The mirrors, sorry.
Yeah.
So I've just put everything on my desk. Like I've got my hair gel and my comb right.
Yeah, of course.
next to
And
me.
ladies, he's single.
Maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
We'll explore Cookie's Love Life next week more in the IGL podcast.
Or
No
don't.
better way
Or
to spend your
don't.
Tuesday, boys. You got some final thoughts?
No, just happy Easter for the weekend.
Mm.
Hope you
Happy
guys
Easter.
have a good time with family and friends. Enjoy it. Have a drink. Fucking
or two.
relax. And
Oh, yeah.
crack some of those chalky eggs open.
And don't forget,
Yeah.
we got a Monday off, so you should be sitting up watching the Thieves kick this shit out of Optic on at 8 a.m.
Nah, I'm sleeping at 6:30.
You will be sleeping because
sleep.
you'll be here at the end of the game like, did you see that game, bro? Did you see?
I'll have to get like some noise suppression shit.
We won't
So
see
I can get
bro.
up and
Reaper
watch.
will be on fucking suicide watch if they lose that game.
Yeah, I'll just wake up in the morning. If I look at it, I'm not jumping on Monday at all.
Yeah,
You won't be seeing my
bet.
face.
Fucking
You
bet.
won't be seeing my face.
Yeah, because you know what's gonna happen as soon as oh Reaper, what do you think about the optic game, bro?
What optic game?
Oh, what
It'll
happened
jump
today,
onto the
man?
game beforehand,
Yeah.
and then as soon as the optic games
Yeah.
come back on, it'll be like, no, I'm going back.
No,
back
optic.
to bed.
Thieves will win the first two
Tired, bro.
rotations. They'll be like, no, I can't watch it, bro. I'll
Leave me
go.
alone. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Wouldn't even be the first couple of rotations. They win the break off the get go in the first hard point. Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm out. See you, boys.
See ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and I hope you all have a great Easter. And just stay tuned in the CDL. We're getting to that tight end of the year, and yeah, peace. Big love to everybody.
Peace.
Oh.
Good work, guys. This was a good fucking pod, man.